And we are live for a special live stream edition of NASCAR 21 Ignition. It is the first race of the first season on the NASCAR 21 Ignition career mode. Most of these races will be premieres. We'll do a few live streams on the channel throughout the course of the season, but I think, this is a special one to live stream. It is the Daytona 500. Between that and doing it a day earlier than expected means I had, unfortunately, DNF'd at COTA in the custom schedule season. Now remember, you guys already voted for who I'm going to drive as in this career mode, what team I will race as in the career mode, based off of the polls that we had last weekend prior to starting this career mode up. So we will be running for Hendrick Motorsports. We will be running the 48 car, taking over for Alex Bowman in the 2021 NASCAR season. This is the actual NASCAR schedule for 2021. And we'll just have to see race by race by race how this is going to go. Again, this game wonky. Just like the custom schedule season, the only difference here, I don't have to keep track of the points myself. So the points will be accumulated for by the game itself. Hopefully there's no major scoring errors with it. We'll hope for the best. But as far as right now goes, yeah, this is about to begin. This is, where's Mick Foley? Yeah, I did make it. So, but again, for those of you maybe watching the live chat, going back through this, after the end of the live stream, I took the wig off. I was wearing a wig earlier today. I took it off because I was starting to sweat, and I didn't feel like having it on for the next couple hours again. So I threw the hat back on, but I kept the wardrobe the same. So, all right. Anyway, yeah, let's pick the team. $70,000 per race. I don't really think the money means anything in this game. Honestly, you can't own your own team, so I just don't see how the money plays into effect. But hey, we'll see what we can do. You'll lose your... Oh, yeah, I did start a career mode already because I was planning on premiering it, but I didn't actually run the Daytona 500 yet. So now we just got to sign with Hendrick Motorsports here. This is going to be... official. We're taking over the Ally car once again. And how about this? We have a chance to win yet another championship in the Cup Series in a NASCAR video game in the 48 car. This time, and for the first time, though, it will be on the career mode and not as Jimmy Johnson. Why was I thinking I spelled my name wrong there? Why does something look off? S-C-H-N-E-N. I don't know. Looks good to me. I don't know why I was thinking I spelled my name wrong. All right. Cap 24, Davion West. DB Forever 85. Black Ace. Ashton G. Patrick Chatterley. Dark Crypto, welcome to the stream, everybody. Why did they vote for the best team? I don't know. It was based off the polls. We had a lot of polls. The polls were consistent of top tier teams was number one. Then like the mid-pack teams was in two separate polls. The top two mid-pack teams went into the final poll. The top team went into the poll, and then the backmarker teams, the top backmarker team, all went into the final poll. And then the final poll was voted. Hendrick Motorsports won. It was pretty close between Penske and Hendrick Motorsports as far as the original top tier team poll went, and then Colleague Racing I thought was going to have a much better showing in the final poll because they had like a 68% or 67%, something like that in the B tier team level. So quite surprised on that. Billy Kramer, welcome as well. I think you better have an agent. We'll be all right. We don't. I'm pretty good with my money. I'd say I'm pretty good with my money. We don't need an agent. Yeah, we can pretty much hop right into this. Again, for those of you that don't have the game, we'll just quickly go through this. There is a legacy leaderboard that we will take a look at after every race. It looks like it's based off of starts more than anything else. Because it seems like the drivers that have the most starts are the drivers, excluding Bill Elliott here, but it literally looks like then again, Kurt Busch is right here. I don't know exactly how they base the legacy points off of, because when you go back down to the bottom, to me, it's based off of starts, because you got guys like Timmy Hill ahead of Ryan Preece and Ross Chastain and Tyler Reddick, when I know they have a lot better equipment, but you would think that Reddick and Chastain would be higher. Same with Bell. Oh, well. All the stats are prior to this season as well. Our contract is 1 year. We do have to go through the settings real quick. 100% race length for every race except for 4. We'll have 4 50% races as usual. Let's see here. Weather. Oh, yeah, I forgot you can change the actual skies. I don't think you can change the sky part of the other game, or on the race now mode, but you can change the skies here. We'll just go clear skies for the Daytona 500. Clear skies. Let's go 80 degrees. Fuel tire wear consumption on. NASCAR rules on. Maybe we'll get cautions. Maybe we won't. And let's see how this is going to go. There's no... How do I know what the... We should be on expert. We should be on expert because that's what we... It's weird that you can't change that in the actual career mode itself, but we should be on expert. Hendrick Motorsports, 15%. I think these are all probably 15 because we haven't ran a race yet. I don't know exactly how this works. I would imagine. I'm curious to know after the first season if we're going to get contract offers from every team or if we're going to get contract offers from here. There's no actual expectation. I mean, it's said for us to compete for the championship, but I don't know if it expects us to win the championship to have to get a contract extension here. Is that Warren? Has Warren made a return from the last game? I think that's Warren. There's our agent. We don't have any new contract offers at this time. Probably because I didn't make a start yet. Well, remember in the NASCAR Heat 5 career mode. View the calendar. We'll skip practice. We'll head right into qualifying. Remember in the NASCAR Heat 5 career mode that I had made my first career start in Season 1 of the Cup Series and we won the Daytona 500. That was an accomplishment I don't think we'll ever get again in another career mode in channel history. There's no way. This is possible because we could be running for Rick Ware Racing. We're obviously for Hendrick Motorsports. All the cars are equal. We're in the best equipment. So I guess even if the cars weren't equal, we'd have a pretty decent shot. The only thing is the AI in this game, as we have seen running the custom scheduled Daytona 500 a couple nights ago already, actually last night already. This is going to be a wild race, and there's likely not going to be any cautions. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. I thought we fired Warren. I guess NASCAR 21 Ignition gave him a contract renewal that I was not in favor of. We don't own the team anymore. We fired him back on Channel Racing. We do not have him. Hendrick Motorsports must have hired him as our agent. So I blame Rick Hendrick on this one. I'm talking over Alex Hagan again. I'm sorry for doing that. I'm not used to this being in a newer game.
How well they work together in this practice. Track practice will be key for a lot of these teams to see if their handling in the pack is where...
Hang on, we don't need to listen to him now anyway. We weren't supposed to run practice. Skip the next session.
That's it. Solid practice. I think we've got a lot of data for the race.
I thought I skipped... Oh, well. I thought I skipped practice. No big deal. Into qualifying, we'll get to listen to Alex Hagan.
We're here for Daytona 500 qualifying day. I'm Alex Hayden of MRN, here to bring you all the action. Mock runs were made in practice, but today is the day to see who has the speed, the handling, but most importantly, the steadiness of the wheel to put together a perfect lap at over 180 miles per hour. The crews have pushed the cars out to the grid, and the drivers are ready to go. This is the first real indication of who's brought the fastest race car for the most prestigious race of the season. Who will be your Daytona 500 pole sitter? Will it be another Chevy front row lockout? A rookie pole sitter? Let's get the engines fired and session started.
Hopefully we don't get a speed glitch. I know what that is. I unfortunately know what most of the glitches are in this game. I found some glitches a lot of other people have not found yet, but hopefully we don't get it. If we do get a speed glitch in this, I'm not even going to run the Daytona 500. I kid you not. If we get a speed glitch, I mean, yeah, the car's wrecking in general. That, you know, whatever, that's going to happen. But if we get, like, a speed glitch where we're, like, ahead of the pack, and then the pack behind us just goes, like, 300 miles per hour right into our back bumper, we flip and stuff like that, that's not going to happen. I will cut the cord on the stream until they get that patched up. We didn't have any issues with it with the custom schedule race yesterday, so I'm optimistic that that will not be the case for the crew. I could be wrong. So just be aware on that. Alex Bowman making his first lap, qualified at the Daytona 500. He's got multiple pulls on the Daytona 500 already. Well, he's no longer in this car. It is now a new driver, Keegan Schneider, trying to wheel this 48 car to the pole. First lap was a 46.824. This is lap 2. This will likely be a little bit quicker. Qualified 12th in the custom schedule season with Christopher Bell, but again, the career mode may be a little different. Running for ourselves and with a completely different team. Hendrick Motorsports versus Joe Gibbs Racing. Completely different manufacturer, Toyota versus Chevrolet. Off of turn 4 this time, pretty smooth set of laps for Alex Bowman. To the start-finish line, down to the apron. 12th. William Byron, teammate, on the pole. In the Daytona 500, Eric Almirola will start second on the outside front row. Bubba Wallace, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. will be set in row 2. Kevin Harvick, Christopher Bell in row 3. Austin Dillon and Daniel Suarez in row 4. Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin, probably the favorite for this Daytona 500, will round out the top 10 in row 5. So a 12th place starting spot for the rookie Keegan Schneider. Other rookie drivers that we will be racing against this season will include Austin Cindric, Kaz Gralla, Anthony Alfredo, Justin Haley, and I believe there should be one more. Oh yeah, Chase Briscoe. I skipped Briscoe. So those will be the rookies ready for the Rookie of the Year this season. Get to listen to Alex Hayden one more time and prep for the Daytona 500. Again, like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content, full race live streams, realistic commentary on the daily. Except for this weekend, I'm going to Martinsville, but
Alex Hayden
usually
here,
on the daily.
Welcoming you to the Great American Race, the Daytona 500. This historic 2.5-mile super speedway showcases some of the fastest and most intense action in all of racing. And the weather is looking absolutely beautiful here today in Daytona Beach, Florida. Drivers are ready. The pre-race festivities have finished, and we're about ready to get racing. The Daytona 500 is about to be green.
With no legitimate season mode on this game, this is probably the most highly anticipated Daytona 500 we may ever see on the channel with NASCAR 21 Ignition. William Byron is about to lead the field to the green in the Daytona 500. And boy, this is going to be a wild, wild race, much like the custom schedule race was last night. Green flag is in the air. We are racing at Daytona. And quickly, Bowman going to get down to the bottom of the racetrack in front of Kurt Busch and behind David Reagan in the middle of the pack. He's got his teammate Kyle Larson to the high side of him right now. As Byron continues to lead the field through turns 1 and 2, Chase Elliott, who also qualified in the top 10, would mean oh man, they are stacking up already. 3 wide down the back straightaway. Larson's got a major run in the middle of the pack. Bowman checking up right now. Not going to be, Schneider, I should say. I see Bowman on the back of the car. I might say Bowman here for a little while, but Egan Schneider is trying to work his way through the field, but going to be very, very, very patient in this race. Lap 1 in the books. Big block there by the 20 of Christopher Bell. Almost cut off other dirt racing driver Kyle Larson, who's making headway on the bottom. And Larson's teammate of Keegan Schneider, making his debut in the Daytona 500, is following him up inside the top 10. Quickly going down to single file for a moment. Larson working the high side. Schneider does not want to go there. He'll go to the bottom. He'll follow Denny Hamlin, even though Hamlin had no drafting help in front of him. Kind of stalled out the inside for the moment. 48 car now going to go high. He's going to give up the bottom lane to the 11 of Denny Hamlin. Big run now off the exit of turn 4. He's not going to be able to clear. He's going to go up the middle, 3 wide. This is a gutsy move. Little bit of contact there with Stenhouse. Stenhouse is going to go around. So does Bowman. Bowman makes an incredible save. No, not quite. It looked like he was going to have it saved. He was spinning forever before still hitting the inside wall. I'm surprised being on the brakes that long, the car didn't just stop, but you had a car barrel rolling in the middle of turns 1 and 2. What was that? I don't know why the car just spun out right there. We may have a tire down. William Byron is still the leader. Bowman had an incredible run on the front stretch. And already, just 2 laps into his debut, Schneider has spun. He does not have any flat tires. He hit the wall square, and he hit it at about 30 miles an hour. He did not knock a whole lot of speed out of this race car, thankfully, due to not actually again hitting the wall as hard. There were a couple drivers that also pit there. Schneider's going to have to try and find his way back in it. He is still on the lead lap. No caution came out, as we'll probably see throughout most of the season, but that is an ugly, ugly start. And you can see the leaders already making their way off the exit of turn 2. Why doesn't the caution come out? I'm not sure. For whatever reason, the caution fails to come out in this game. Carlos, welcome to the stream there. Hope you win Rookie of the Year, hopefully. This is a long race, definitely too aggressive early, but you cannot count this 48 car out. He'll try to make it a little bit longer on pit stops to try and help himself get back in this race. Some 2-tire stops, but he was very patient on the first lap, and then the second lap, and the third lap, not so much. He took the run in the middle. Bowman kept his car straight. Stenhouse kind of came off that double yellow line a little bit when they're 3 wide middle, and it was just a matter of running out of room at Daytona more than anything else. And that is the issue with the 48, but they still have speed in the race car, but they really have to run clean the rest of the way here. They can't risk damaging it anymore. He's very fortunate he only hit the wall at about 30 miles an hour. It obviously has dinked up the car enough to where there is some significant damage to the rear bumper. It looked like I had that car completely saved, though. Fortunately, it was not the case. Only Donuts and NASCAR, welcome to the stream as well. Sorry for those who I was not able to shout out there in those opening couple hectic laps. But the leaders are closing in. About a 4-car pack at the front of the field. 2 Hendrick Chevys in line of William Byron and Chase Elliott. Bubba Wallace in line behind them. It might actually be just a 3-car pack. So the 48 going to be able to at least link with a couple teammates. Elliott going to go to the high side. Bubba Wallace not going to go with him right now. Elliott may try to pick Byron behind his teammate. And instead, Elliott loses a spot. Bubba Wallace going to split the Hendrick cars up for the moment. Schneider is going to remain on the lead lap as long as he can. Again, Chris Buescher went barrel rolling in turns 1 and 2. Schneider scored 37th. There are 3 cars that hit pit road after him, and one of which DNF'd, which I would not be surprised if it was Buescher, considering the fact that he was the one barrel rolling in the corner. Couldn't tell how the field exactly stacked up after the 48 went around. I think Stenhouse had spun off the front bumper of the 48 when the 48 got turned down the track after the initial contact when they were 3 wide. And Bubba Wallace is really holding back those Hendrick cars right now, side drafting on the inside. I am not out of this race. I am not giving up. We won the Daytona 500, leading just 5 laps in our rookie season. I am not giving this one up, but I gotta just dial down the aggressiveness, and obviously that costed us in the custom schedule race. Almost costed us completely here on lap 3. It obviously put us behind the 8 ball, but things could be worse. Not going to make an aggressive block on his teammate Chase Elliott right now. He'll stay on the inside. Or maybe try to side draft him a little bit in the center of the corner. And Byron's going to go with the 48 car. He is not going to go with the defending champion. He is going to go with the rookie making his first start. So that will keep the 48 on the lead lap. Again, I know we could go past 20 laps on fuel. I don't know exactly how far we could go, but I know we could go past 20 laps. The field will pit just right around lap 19, lap 20. And they will pit every pretty much 18 to 19 laps in this race. We do know that from the custom schedule season. So Bowman might be able to make up time over the long haul if he has to make 1 or 2 less stops throughout the rest of the race by just taking it a couple laps longer than everybody else, because we know he could do that at least. And that could be the difference maker as long as he stays on the lead lap. If we get any cautions in this race, that he could definitely get back in it. Honestly, even if he does go a lap down, which Byron again pulls to the outside right here, you could still see, as long as he stays with this lead pack for right now, that he's in a pretty good situation. William Byron will lap, and plus you got to figure that he is the first driver lap down, so he would get the free pass. Massive run. As Bowman, I should say Schneider again, he's kind of looking on. Keep forgetting to go to the far chase cam. Sounded like there was contact behind us. I think there was. Something must have happened to Bubba Wallace that Byron was able to pull away off the exit of turn 2. Josh Bilicki was all by himself, who probably barely survived that last accident and had lost the draft. Coming in on a Rick Ware car, BJ McLeod not all that far in front of him. A few seconds at least. What a spin and win this could be for Keegan Schneider in the Daytona 500 nonetheless, and in his career debut. If he can come back from insurmountable odds to win this race. We're seeing on the custom schedule season it may take a win to make the playoffs. I would not be surprised if that will be the case in the career mode. Better way than to start the season off with a win in the sport's biggest race. I don't blame you for taking a break, Ashton. Looks like there is some damage to the back bumper of the car ahead of us, though. Big run in the draft that time for Schneider. And actually, as we got closer, I guess it was just the frames per second that were messing up the back bumper there for a minute. At least looked like it on the 52 of Josh Bilicki. So now Bilicki's the first driver 1 lap down. Byron does pull away from Elliott and Wallace just a little bit again. Boy, the pack was so bunched together at the front of the field, and that accident really spaced everything out immediately. Only the top 3 were able to break away. I don't know if it was the big one. I think there were really only like 3 or 4 cars involved somehow, but regardless of the fact, all but one of them continue on. We're already to lap 14, so we're going to be seeing green flag pit stops for the first time today very, very shortly. Schneider's done his job so far since that spin. Kyle Larson up to third place now. So 1, 2, 3 Hendrick Motorsports, and the only odd man out is Schneider back at 36th. It seems like he might have the fastest Hendrick Chevy right now, at least. Well, Larson was moving through the pack, and then that incident ended up happening, kind of slowing him down a little bit. So Larson may be the fastest, but it does seem like without drafting help for Byron, he is not able to keep up with the 48 car. It's possible, but also if for those of you that might not have watched the custom schedule season with our Daytona 500 last night in this game, we had actually got caught up in a wreck, a pretty bad one, that knocked the speed out of the race car. Daniel Suarez was one of the cars that was wrecking coming out of the pit lane. He pulled up right in front of us. We had nowhere to go, so we are going to have to be on high alert when these green flag pit stops start, and the 48 car is going to have to miss any sort of wrecks, really the whole race, but especially off the exit of the pit lane where it's going to get really narrow about 2/3 of the way down the front stretch. He's already got a little bit of damage on the race car. It can definitely get worse. The speed is still there, and he has pulled away right now from William Byron, who has pretty much dominated the race. I think Byron has led the first 15 laps, 16 now, I guess, at the line that last time, after starting on the pole. Hendrick Chevy's usually pretty good at qualifying on the super speedways, but running 1, 2, 3 in the race as well right now. Obviously the strongest team in real life in the 2021 NASCAR season. We'll see if that'll be the case in this NASCAR 21 Ignition season. BJ McLeod just up ahead for Live Fast. All by himself, 48, obviously showing much more horsepower underneath the hood. Should catch him in a hurry and be able to pass him cleanly. Yeah, I was going to say the 78's back bumper looked pretty messed up too until we got close to it. It's just the way the frames per second are in this game. It's only like 30 frames per second. I can't change it unless I'm on a PC, so this is on my PS4, so I can't actually change it. Like, the graphics are fine, and they're really good, but it's just like when you're really close to the car, you look really close to, like, say where Bowman's car is, it is a little bit of a blur. Kind of the same way until you get super close to another car too that you may be approaching. Now that pack is getting much bigger back there. It is more than just William Byron all of a sudden, so they may start to close in on the 48 car again. So just that 3-car group that was originally Bubba Wallace, Chase Elliott, William Byron have now been caught. And Kyle Larson will actually lead this lap at the line. Harvick to second, Byron outside the top 3. We may have cars pitting that last time by as well. So green flag pit stops may be underway. Definitely got to keep an eye on the crew chief. Well, I know from Coda experience, if he says that we have to pit soon, then we are going to pit like that lap he says that. Because we may not make it another lap. He lied to us at Coda, and he may lie to us again here, so that's pretty much going to be the signal. Just waiting on the crew chief to say, okay, pit sometime in the next couple laps. We're going to pit that lap. But I know for a fact we can definitely go longer than the AI. I guess not that many cars pit the last time. Only a few of them. Byron was one of them from the lead. Of course, he couldn't save as much fuel leading all those laps to start the race. Lost the lead and pitted immediately. when his teammate took over. Now, because Bowman spun in the first couple laps of the race, it will be a 4-tire stop for this opening stop. Sorry, for Schneider again. Whenever we do end up coming into the pits. A lot of cars into the pit lane. No mistakes so far. Hopefully it stays that way. That was a pass on Kevin Harvick. Christopher Bell in the 20. And just like that, Schneider in the lead. But he still has to pit. That field is going to get spaced apart again, though. They were starting to pack back together finally right before those pit stops. So we're going to top it off with fuel. It'll be a 4-tire stop when we do end up making our stop. Hopefully we don't spin out again or lock the tires up when we do come into later pit stops in the race, and I'll start taking 2 tires, try to cut back into this deficit. But that was the first lap led of the career of Keegan Schneider, that last time in the Daytona 500. So make that a career debut in back-to-back NASCAR video games, NASCAR Heat 5 and now NASCAR 21 Ignition, in which we will lead at least 1 lap in the Daytona 500 in that season debut. Big run coming here for the 48 car. Brad Keselowski's got a decent amount of damage. He'll go a lap down the 28th position. He's definitely running off the pace compared to the 48 car, so his damage must be a little bit more, although he did just come out of the pit, so he was also trying to get up to speed. Not sure how Christopher Bell cycled out ahead of everybody. He must have been in that lead pack, obviously, then. But he somehow got ahead of both Harvick and Larson coming out of the pit lane. Larson must not have had a very fast stop himself. Almost lap 30 on fuel. Okay, thanks for that. Yeah, but we could definitely go longer, so we can make up time. But after COTA, I do not want to push it too far, but crew chief has not said anything yet, and as soon as he does, I will pit, but didn't say anything that time around. A little bit of drafting help right now as Keselowski is pulled to the back bumper of the 48 car. It's going to help Schneider a little bit. And already this is going to pull them a lot closer to the next car of David Reagan. Where will Reagan go? He'll pull to the bottom. 48 of Schneider saw that, so he'll go to the high side. I believe Alex Bowman. I keep saying Bowman. I wasn't even trying to think about Bowman that time either. I was going to say Keselowski got caught behind the 36 of Reagan and then went to the outside, but much more delayed compared to when Schneider did. Chastain coming out of the pits. Man, we may be a contender for the most laps led with this kind of strategy, even if we don't get a great finish. You guys saying it was basically over on lap 3 or 4, whatever. I think it was coming to lap 3, and it was in the tri-oval of lap 3 when that spin had taken place. Luckily, we almost made a complete save. We did hit the wall, obviously. You can see damage, but we hit it at about 30 miles per hour or less, which is why, although it looks like we have a lot more damage than what we did, we not only didn't blow a tire, but the speed is still in the race car, which is the most important thing. The problem is the bumpers may not align right with the bump draft, both from behind and if we were to give the push with the car in front of us as well. Maybe wrong on lap 30. Yeah, we're at lap 26 right now. I don't know how much further I want to make it. I mean, a full run at Daytona in general is 40 laps, but knowing from the first 2 races that I've ran full in this game, one of which at this track, I just don't trust that. I just don't trust it. And we know Coda for a fact isn't the case. We know for the AI it isn't the case here. But we're going to be seeing the AI pit in about another 10, 11, 12 laps again. The best part is Keselowski has been nice drafting help. 2 cars are faster than 1 on these super speedways. We've already made it further in contention to win the race today than what we did yesterday in the custom schedule season. Learning from mistakes, even if it wasn't in the actual career mode. 48 car going to stay out another lap at least. Still no sign from the crew chief of what the fuel is looking like. James Davidson came off the bottom lane a little bit. 48 car goes down low. Remember, we can't get black flagged if we go below the double yellow line to make it pass, so gonna have to be careful with that. Hopefully it doesn't do anything if we avoid an accident, if we have to at all in this race. Keselowski that time was able to follow Schneider through the lap traffic pretty well. Pizza and breadsticks, there you go. Schneider checked up a little bit as he was closing behind the 34 car. McDowell moves out of the way. Schneider puts him a lap down now. Keselowski is picked now between the 34 and the 48. Sure how far ahead exactly the 48 of Schneider is compared to the rest of the field. No sign from the crew chief yet. Lap 30 this time by. Keselowski looked low, big block there by the 48. The 22 is right in front of the 2 and the 48. Logano kind of squeezed the 48 car a little bit there. Just barely clear off the exit of turn 2. Pass is made by Schneider, but now the 22 and the 2 are linking up. They're both running with one another for position. VIP Race Car, welcome to the stream. I figured I probably was. I'm usually one of the only ones anyway in any game, but you got a good point there. It's lap 31. I mean, you guys have to verify down in the chat below, but as far as I know, the crew chief has not said anything. And actually, Keselowski lost a little time behind McDowell, it looked like again. That now it's the 48 and the 22 kind of tandeming away. For a fuel light, around lap 36, 37. You go, yeah, in real life, it's right around 40 laps. It's like 40 to 45 laps, 40 to 44 laps at Daytona's typically the fuel run here in the Cup Series. But again, with this game, it's usually shorter. And we're obviously not with any drafting help, hardly at all, at least with cars in front of us for the most part in the race. Most of the drafting help has been from behind, so we've been nearly 100% throttle the entire race. Obviously going to be burning more gas. We still got a long way to go, but obviously taking this run a lot longer than the rest of the field. This is looking pretty good for Keegan Schneider right now. Especially knowing that the rest of the field will end up pitting again here very shortly. I mean, the way he's looking on fuel, he should be able to make it. One stop versus the rest of the field having to pit twice. The car may look trash, but we have all the speed. We only hit the wall at like 30 miles an hour. But the game still gave us what looks like a ton of damage. It actually isn't that bad. It's not really bad at all. But we hit the wall like 30 miles an hour. We were 3 wide in the middle on lap 3. And Stenhouse moved off the double yellow line just a little bit. It was just 3 wide at Daytona in the tri-oval, essentially. But we went spinning down to the infield, and I almost made the save. And we just hit the wall at like 30 miles an hour. Spinning like a top all the way down there. And then the 17 of Chris Buescher went barrel rolling further up ahead. But I didn't really see hardly anybody else get caught up in the accident. And obviously, we're back in the lead only because everybody has pit except for the 48. Michael McDowell trying to draft back by the 48 car. Big time side draft. You saw how loose Michael McDowell got in the center of the corner. With Schneider pulling the air back off that left rear corner panel. They're going 3 wide in the tri-oval up ahead. A pack of lap cars just inside the top 20. Yep, so here we go. So I'm going to pit this time by. The crew chief finally said something at lap 36. And we're within the pit window. So this will be the first stop of the day for Keegan Schneider. And the rest of the field will be coming down within the next few laps. Maybe even this time by with the 48 car. Should actually be all right as long as we don't get ran over from the 3 cars behind us, who are running side by side. But the hand is out the window for Keegan Schneider. About to make his first career pit stop in the Cup Series. We'll see how it's going to work. Got to make sure not to spin the car out. And got to make sure not to speed as well. 55 miles an hour is the pit road speed limit. Great job getting into the pits that time. And Tyler Reddick is parked in his pit box sideways, so something happened to him. So not looking to repair any damage under this first pit stop of the race. The car's still got the speed in it right now. Going to try to make this a quick stop. No adjustments, 4 tires and fuel simply. Thought about taking 2 tires, but I don't want to risk it. Now with being right back on the same strategy as the leaders all of a sudden, I do not want to... I think our strategy is probably better than the leaders. Definitely looking out for the AI. Oh, I forgot. Oh, man, I'm stuck in second gear there. Got to shift. Room to pull up onto the racetrack now. For the 48 of Keegan Schneider, who is in 24th. Kevin Harvick is now the leader. The rest of the leaders will be pitting very, very shortly. Tim Irvin, welcome to the stream. I think the makers of Wreckfest made this game. That's possible. Who is the makers of Wreckfest? It's not Motorsport Games. I highly doubt it, but pretty funny if it was. So fresh tires right now for the 48 car. They may consider making minimal repairs on pit stops going forward. So that pit stop was at lap 36, which means the next stop for Schneider won't be until about lap 72. Bugbear? Never heard of him. I don't play video games hardly outside of like sports games, so There's a lot of like probably high profile, high name video game developers. I have no clue what their names are. You might be able to say a game and I'd be like, oh yeah, I've heard of that game or I've seen something about it, but I don't know like the makers of a lot of these games. Well, there was an opening crash on lap 3. It was really the only thing you've missed so far, Tim. The rest of the field is at lap 40. They have not pit yet. There we go. We got one car ducking into the pit lane. Hard to tell who that was exactly. We got oh, I think these guys are out of fuel just up ahead. Oh my goodness, that was a close call there. There's going to be another close call getting into turn 1 with Kyle Busch. He stays on the apron. Wow. That was a very close moment coming in at high rated speed. They checked up in the tri-oval for some reason. I think one of those drivers was out of gas. Maybe both of them. And that is exactly why Schneider had to make that evasive maneuver down to the inside. He jammed the brakes. I didn't jam the brakes, but I was on the brakes before making the move to the inside. And if it wasn't for the 48 of Schneider hitting the brakes there, he probably would have piled it right into the back of a couple race cars in the tri-oval. I think they went a lap too long. Christopher Bell, Kevin Harvick still have to pit. Schneider has cycled back to 3rd. Kyle Busch, who has already exited the pit lane, we saw that. He's about 4.5 seconds behind the 48. Something we have not been able to do with this game yet due to not making it to the end of the first 2 races we did on the custom schedule season. But we'll start it off in the career mode is alternating through the different camera angles. There's many different camera angles in this game. We'll take a look at all of them over the next handful of laps as Michael McDowell getting up to speed took the line away of the 48 of Schneider there. Pulled to the high side halfway down the back straightaway and an evasive maneuver down to the bottom, but luckily 48 was able to miss McDowell. But the lap cars running side by side. Big run coming by the 48. He's going to take it 3 wide to the bottom. Oh, I do not like that camera. We do have a look back. I don't like going side to side from this camera angle. I tried to do it there and I thought it was going to hit the wall. I just wanted to see if we were clear. Usually be an aggressive person. There's the, again, the damage to the front of the race car. May get that buffed out. Maybe. It ain't broke. Don't fix it. It may look broke, but it is not. Listening to the race at work. There you go. That's like a radio style broadcast, only it's just me instead of a bunch of other people talking. Thanks for supporting there, Tim. Hopefully making your night at work 10 times better. Now into the dash cam. I don't know what that ringing sound is. Do you guys hear that? Like a high-pitched ring. It sounds like a saw. Sounds like somebody is just like sawing a 2x4. So Christopher Bell, Kevin Harvick, second and third in a draft with one another. They're about 2 seconds behind the 48 car. They picked up Brad Keselowski in the draft down the back straightaway there as well. So going to have to keep an eye on those intervals to see if they are going to be able to close in on the 48 at all. Sounds like a jetliner. I don't know what it is. It feels like it's getting louder every single lap. Is the car about to blow up? Can you imagine like a giant accident happening with this camera angle in the middle of the corner? You would not see a thing. There'd be cars flipping in this game. There's no caution. Spotter doesn't say anything, and you just like, wham, complete stop. Talk about a jump scare. That would be a... It is Halloween season. We'll take the risk for one lap, I guess. I love that. Ally Airlines. Ally Financial. All aboard the AF 48. The wind sound in this game too. Now that we've been by ourselves for a while, I'm picking up on the sounds and the detailing of the sounds in this game. And the wind sounds like when you wiggle like a piece of paper back and forth, like really fast. That's what the wind sounds like in this game. It sounds like you're moving a piece of paper like this. And back to the miter saw. I should put on like a welding mask for every time we have to alternate through the different camera angles in this game. Speed. Ally Airlines. I like that though. Ally Airlines. You guys are on board the AF 48. Sounds like a tornado. I don't know what it's like to be inside a tornado, so I'm not going to be the one to speculate that. I'm surprised the pack has not ran down the 48 of Keegan Schneider so far. I think he'll take it though. We are at lap 50. And if you would have told me that we would have led the most laps in the first 50 laps of the Daytona 500 in our career debut, I would not have believed you, but my goodness, it is legitimately possible that we could pull off the same feat we did in NASCAR Heat 5 here today. But 150 long laps still await before history can be made once again. And I really hope the next-gen cars don't sound like this. Could you imagine going to a race and all the next-gen cars just sound like every time they're passing 40 in a pack, and just instead of the vroom vroom vroom, you just hear the. That'd be awful. For anybody that goes to a race not wearing earplugs, how could you not wear earplugs after witnessing a sound like that in person? Kevin Harvick is closing in. That pack is slowly reeling in the 48 of Schneider. They are just less than 1 second behind him. Coming up on a lap car here pretty soon. That would be David Reagan in the 36. And they have gone single file, which has probably led to why they're really closing in on the back of the 48 car. Big run down to the inside. That's going to help the 48 for now. Harvick got caught behind David Reagan just a bit because he was just less than a half second back getting into turn 3. Now he's back to a full second behind, and the 36 may split up those cars a little bit, and that is definitely going to buy Schneider a little bit more time. Yeah, right now I'm not going to repair that damage yet. I'll think about going back to repair it here pretty soon, but for right now, not thinking about it so much. Cody Ware in the 51 just won at Coda, a custom schedule season. Go back to the far chase cam starting next lap. Yeah, David Reagan really messed up the momentum of that pack. They were closing in fast on Schneider, but that's going to buy him more time, and they're back to a 2-second lead as they got split apart. They're trying to get packed back together again. There's only 3 of them, it seems like now, when there was about 5 or 6. So that is also not going to help. I forgot the career mode shows a bunch of detailed statistics too, so we will be able to see exactly how many laps we will have led in this race at the end of it. But right now, 55 laps in, I think it is fair to say that Keegan Schneider has led the most up to this point. But it is Daytona, and how many times does it come down to the last lap? Nearly every time it comes down to the last lap, especially in the Daytona 500. It's on the right side of the strategy game right now. Andy's got the track position on top of it as we speak. Despite the ugly start. Lost the... He said Cody Ware won it. Yeah, that, it was simulated because we ran out of fuel and we finished last after running out of gas due to no telemetry in this game. But now I know as soon as the crew chief says or mentions anything to pit, and we will pit. Like that lap. I'm not even going to risk it. We were so close to making it into the pits too. I hit the commitment line, but it didn't actually like register. Wow, 90 laps of practice. That's dedication right there. I mean, I ran about 20 laps at Coda, and we only made it 20 laps into the race. I was on pace to running almost, like, total about 90 laps. This feels like a NASCAR Thunder 2004 Daytona 500 so far. I mean, really, the AI hasn't glitched at all. Like, not even on pit road like we saw in the custom schedule season. Except for Tyler Reddick, who's still sideways in his pit box. But outside of that, though, I mean, everything is seeming all right. Which is a little odd for this game. Again, we still got over half the race to go. And in a race that gets so spread out like this, especially at a track like Daytona, where you're just on the gas consistently, this is going to be possibly intense, to say the least. F in the chat for Reddick, yes. F in the chat for Tyler Reddick. Still only 9 likes on the stream right now. We've had consistently about 20 or more people watching, so hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already for more daily NASCAR content on the YouTube channel. Going to Martinsville this weekend, so we will not be live streaming either of the next 2 nights, unfortunately, with NASCAR 21 Ignition. And due to the game glitches, I was not able to record any gameplay for the career mode, hence why we're live streaming the Daytona 500 for the career mode tonight. But when I come back on Monday, we will have another live stream on the channel. Have to wait and see if it will be the career mode on the Daytona road course, or it'll probably be Nashville of the custom schedule season, likely. But it may be the Daytona road course. We'll just have to wait and see. Again, it just depends on what track is feeling glitchy that day when I first hop onto the game. We've got 2 nights in a row so far, so that's a new record. I would imagine we're going to be seeing some pit stops again from the leaders. They might have pit already. It's hard to tell. But I will only be at Martinsville for the Cup race, so as far as the grandstand highlight videos that I upload when I go to the racetrack, it will only be for the Cup Series this weekend, with not leaving until tomorrow morning at about 6 a.m. And some cars exiting the pit lane just up ahead. Car slowed way down in the middle of the corner. Kyle Busch coming out of the pit lane. Yeah, this was the car that checked up in the middle of the corner. That was the 15 of James Davidson. I think he did that earlier, too, when a car was coming out of the pit lane, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, definitely with it being a new track, I plan on practicing quite a bit like I did for Coder tonight. It's an oval, so I feel like I'll get accustomed to it a lot quicker, but for a full race especially, definitely want to practice. Yeah, Kevin Harvick is not pit yet. It's really been the only one consistently. Him and Bell have been the only ones consistently that have gone quite a ways on field. Actually, Bell already pit. But Harvick still has to pit yet. Unless he already cycled out of the pits and he's only a lap down. Big run that time in the draft behind Christopher Bell. Schneider pulls clear into turn 1. Playable at times, for sure, Michael. I wouldn't say 100% of the time, but at least 2 nights in a row worth. For my sake. It does kind of sound like the spotter's talking on a megaphone a little bit. Oh boy, contact, and the 48's in the wall! Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. Big slide. Big slide for Schneider. Oh, no, 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 no. Very, very fortunate that every car in the field missed him. He's trying to get up to speed. He's stuck in the grass right now. I believe he's got a right front tire down. Still the leader. He had about a lap on the field. But I believe that right front tire is down. On the Ally Chevrolet, there was contact with a lap car getting into turn 1 that he could not break away from him. Trying to gradually get back up to speed to keep the car from spinning out. And Bell just went by as the leader. Again, I believe the right front tire is down. It is. Oh, and now there's contact with Kyle Busch. 48 started drifting up the track. He's trying to make it into the pits. He's got so many cars on the inside. Now he's got clearance behind him. Right in line behind Daniel Suarez. It'll be a full damage repair for the 48 of Keegan Schneider. And we just mentioned it's a long race. The way the pit stops are, I don't expect it to be too bad. The big issue here right now for Schneider is, yes, he is going to go a lap down. But again, he was nearly a lap down earlier, and he got right back in position in the lead. He could go about 36, 37 laps on fuel. Obviously, an unscheduled pit stop. He wasn't intended to pit until about lap 72. He was only 8 laps shy. But they are making repairs to this race car. Patching it up as much as they can. Currently scored 23rd. A lot of traffic, or I should say a lot of clear traffic for Schneider to pull back up onto the racetrack. How much speed was knocked out of this 48 car as well, though? You'd have to imagine they probably knocked the rest of the speed out of the race car. I'd be shocked if it gets back up to full speed. That was a pretty hard hit. That was obviously enough to blow the right front tire. Stays down on the inside for now. Still trying to get up to speed into turn 3. About 180 miles an hour for now. Takes about a full lap to get up to speed here at Daytona. So we'll really see by the time we get into turn 1 exactly what the straightaway speed is going to top off at. Oh my goodness, Denny Hamlin coming in out of nowhere. He is all over that left rear corner panel right now. Schneider's going to shut the door on him. And Schneider has definitely knocked speed out of that race car. Running very, very slow. Oh boy. Only 2 more cars. Trying to draft off Hamlin. He's got Almirola behind him. Hamlin goes up the track a little bit on the inside of Eric Jones. Tries to make a pass on the 43. I guess the caution system's broken. Yes, it is. I just don't know how I wrecked there. I checked up. I got out of the gas because the lap car was going really slow. And he didn't give me a whole lot of room to the inside. So I lifted. And then we made contact. Once I made contact, it like kind of turned the car back to the right. And it was right on corner entry into turn 1 where the cars start to get really light. And the second time they came together was enough to turn the 48 into the wall hard. And had to limp it literally all the way around the racetrack on a blown right front tire. I believe he is 1 lap down right now. Again, it's really hard to tell, but I believe Schneider's 1 lap down. Which, again, if he could just stay out of trouble, I think he could still come back and win the race. Obviously can't DNF like he did, or like I did, I guess, with Christopher Bell in the custom schedule season last night. Gotta make it to the end to have a chance. So drama in the middle portion of the Daytona 500. Okay, drama at the very start, drama in the middle now, but still not quite to the halfway mark. Ryan Newman, Austin Dillon drafted to the outside. Definitely be seeing everybody else pit right around lap 80. So it was lap 62, I believe, was when Schneider had hit pit road. He tops out at about 188 miles an hour when he's got drafting help, which is not bad. He was about 194 earlier, so he hasn't completely killed all the speed in the race car, but a lot has been taken out. But with drafting help, it's not quite as bad. No, you definitely cannot repair all the damage in this game, which I do like. The damage model in this game is pretty good, I do have to say. Honestly, it's near perfect. Not all the way perfect, but it's near perfect. Almirola forcing himself down to the inside of the 48 car. 53 right there. Schneider definitely crowding him as he tries to fall in line, and I think he'll be a lot faster in the middle of this pack. Running between the 10 and the 53. He's got a big draft to the back of the 10 of Almirola. Trying to pick up as much speed as he can. 53 car just kind of chugging right along as well. Big run, though, by the 53. 48 lifted just a little bit as he closed in behind the 10. He doesn't want to push anybody with the damage to the front of his race car. Joey Gase in the 53 car, by the way. This is as fast as Schneider has gone with damage. He got crowded that time by the 53 of Joey Gase. Stayed in the gas. They almost made contact. Definitely a close call there. Not sure why exactly Joey Gase was trying to crowd Schneider. I guess they are battling for 24th position. But on lap 72, battling for 24th in the Daytona 500. Doesn't really mean much. Little bump draft that time. Luckily, it didn't turn the 10 car. It was on a flat part of the racetrack on the front stretch, though. In between the exit to turn 4 and where the banking starts to increase again into the tri-oval. And he hit him about as square as he could with the damaged front bumper of the 48, especially when you consider that it is a Chevy as well. And a Ford in front of him. Joseph Then, welcome to the stream. So Kevin Harvick about 3 seconds behind where Schneider's at on the racetrack right now. Almirola, by the way, scored in 14th. So with Schneider being 1 lap down, that means he is almost 2 laps down. Almirola checked up big time off the exit of turn 4. It seemed like he checked up. Might not have checked up. I mean, Schneider might have had just that big of a run. He was over 190 miles an hour again there. Still got the 53 car behind him, but as the 10 of Almirola pulled away enough, Going to add about 15% more tape to the race car. For when we do make the next pit stop. Little side drafting going on right now in the middle of 3 and 4. Very close quarters racing between Schneider and Almirola. And again, he files himself back in line between Almirola and Joey Gase. And Kevin Harvick in the 4 is coming. He's less than a half a second behind these guys as he rockets to the outside. And smart move by the 48, not even trying to attempt to block there. Almirola, teammate with Kevin Harvick, right in front. Big run down to the bottom as Almirola moved up in front of his teammate. Bell on the bottom with Schneider. Schneider clears Almirola. Here comes the 20 of Bell down to the bottom. There's contact. They're stuck together getting into turn 3. Up into the wall goes the 48 now. Definitely going to lose a lot of momentum there, but that could have been really bad. These were getting shaky. And somehow Bell's going to hold on to the lead. I made very minimal contact. I just could not get off of him at all. Wish there was a rear view mirror. Kyle Busch has some heavy damage. Joey Gase might be leading that pack up there and slowing them down a little bit. 48 really trying to block Kyle Busch. Those are the leaders. He wants to try to keep pace with them as he's just now 2 laps down. Though they will be pitting here very soon. So he'll get 1 lap back initially, maybe 2. He is close enough behind him at least. Schneider 25th, as low as he has ran since before the first set of stops by the rest of the field today. They will be making another stop in a couple of laps. That'll be the 4th stop of the race for everybody else. Schneider has made 2. The last one was unscheduled at lap 62. His first stop was at lap 36. So if he can go another 36 laps from 62, we should be able to go to about lap 98 before he has to pit again. Which would be about the time that everybody else is making their 5th stop when he's making his 3rd. Just gotta stay in this race and just hope for the best. Hopefully you guys are excited for the Martinsville races tomorrow, the Truck Series and the Xfinity Series. I'll get to watch the Xfinity Series race from my hotel room tomorrow night outside Martinsville, but as far as the truck race goes, probably just going to have to listen to it between that and my Michigan Wolverines playing at noon as well tomorrow. So I'll be keeping an eye on that while I'm on the road. Big checkup that time for Chase Briscoe in the 14. Car's still handling pretty good. It's almost like it's on the tight side since we got the damage. Makes sense. We'll have to see position-wise where exactly Schneider's going to cycle himself up to this time around. Nearly everything is going to have to go his way from here on out. He still probably led the most laps up to this point, but I don't think that's going to last much longer. The leaders like Bell and Kyle Busch and Harvick up there towards the front of the field. Bubba Wallace scored in 4th. Matt DiBenedetto scored 5th. Ryan Blaney scored 6th. Lap 81 this time by for Schneider in the 48. It's up to 21st. He's gained a few positions at least. A couple other cars still coming out of the pit lane. Just up ahead for position. Michael McDowell, Ryan Newman. But they're going to get up to speed just before the 48 is going to get there. And the 48 does not have any drafting help. They are side by side though, so they will side draft each other. Maybe that'll buy enough time for Schneider to get up there and hopefully get some drafting help. That's about all he could really hope for. Next driver for position behind him is Kaz Grala. He's about 2.5 to 3 seconds behind him. Not sure why we have to hit pit road in a few laps, but we should be good on fuel. We pitted about 20 laps ago. With the car wanting to drift to the right, I'm almost wondering if it might be right side tires that are wearing off. Well, we gotta listen to the crew chief knowing this game. We're gonna have to pit. Schneider up to 20th. And he will pit this time by full damage repairs and right side tires only for the 48 this time. Full tank of gas. Nobody behind him. Gonna try to send it into the pits as much as he can. Lock the tires up a little bit, but no speeding penalty. 55 miles per hour again is a pit road speeding penalty. Now Anthony Alfredo's in his box sideways. I didn't even realize that. I think it was Reddick earlier. Now it's Anthony Alfredo. I forgot. Man, it's going to be a 4-tire stop. I forgot to mess with it. I keep forgetting in this game that you have to make it before you actually make it into the pit lane. Not when you're on the pit lane is pretty much set. Bringing out the saw. Schneider now back to 27th. You have to stay down on the apron of the racetrack this time by. So those 3 cars race right around him. Plenty of room to pull back up onto the track. Now back to 29th is Schneider. Would like to be able to go on fuel longer than everybody else again, but for some reason our crew chief was calling us into the pits a lot sooner that time. The car's not wanting to pull to the right anymore, so hopefully we got the fenders pulled out enough. Maybe that was the issue. Maybe we were just burning the right front tire up too much. Honestly, knowing the game and how many bugs and glitches it has, it could be a glitch where if you have enough damage that maybe you can't go as far on fuel. We still made it further than them by like maybe 2 laps. But that was like kind of pushing it too. not going to be making any more repairs the rest of the race. We're going to have to make up time somewhere or another. So next pit stop right now, we're going for no repairs. And then right side tires only. Assuming it's the right front. Probably drop the wedge a little bit too, I'd have to imagine. That'll maybe take a little bit of stress off. We're taking right sides only, so we'll just drop the wedge a half around. So we will be seeing some adjustments for the 48 car. Chase Elliott back to 11th place. Still no AI accidents. Almost halfway through this Daytona 500. A little bit of drafting help right now for Egan Schneider. And again, in the draft, the car seems to be handling all right. Honestly, you could probably add a little bit more tape. I did add a little bit more on that last stop, but throw 5% more tape on it. Why not? Denny Hamlin down to the inside. So is Almirola and Kyle Busch. Busch just turned us. Kyle Busch has just turned. The 48 of Schneider. He was kind of out of line compared to the rest of the cars there. Schneider staying down to the bottom. Nearly 3 wide in the tri-oval. Harvick at third. Bell just went by, so those were the leaders. I don't know how we didn't hit anything. I think we kept it off the wall. Obviously burnt the tires up more, but Keselowski pulls down. What a topsy-turvy race this has been. It started off bad, then it got really, really good, and then it went bad in a hurry. Definitely unpredictable, that's for sure. I mean, Kyle Busch just flat out turned us in turn 3. Doesn't take much of a touch to the back bumper with it not being squared up anymore. Austin Dillon was down low. 48 having to move up and out of the way for Dillon to get on by. He lost the draft of the 2 at Keselowski. He does have the 53 of Joey Gase behind him. So I think we're right back to 2 laps down again. Actually, now that the leaders went by, we might be 3 laps down. It's tough to tell. I'm still not counting us out of the race if we could go like 40 laps on fuel. The only problem is I don't think we could do that anymore. But with no telemetry, we don't know that exactly. The 3 and the 2 are side by side, allowing the 53 and the 48 to close back in again. Pretty majorly at that. Keselowski with a big-time check up there. Austin Dillon up high. Dillon trying to side draft the 48. 53 maybe going to get by the 48 car as well, and does. And to the back of this pack goes Keegan Schneider. So we pit at lap 84. And we know the rest of the drivers will have to pit here in about 8 laps. That is a given. Try to keep an eye with the crew chief. Definitely plan on making right side tires the only adjustment here. Is 3 wide hasn't worked at Daytona too much today, but they go 3 wide in the pack. And just 4 cars. That may split up Joey Gase and Keegan Schneider just enough. Maybe that's what Austin Dillon and Keselowski needed if they were going to pull away from these guys. Well, they're side by side again. That's not going to help. Very close to making contact off the exit of turn 2. Where Dillon and Keselowski, big run coming down the back straightaway by the 48 and the 53. 194 miles an hour. Schneider lifting on corner entry with the big time speeds. Lifting again. All side by side here, nowhere to go really. Schneider does not want to risk anything. We got a couple other cars coming into the pack. Quinn Houff, Michael McDowell, Ryan Newman all under a blanket. Pack racing has not gone well for us in this game. I mean, on expert difficulty and no steering assist. Oh, Newman just completely doored the 48 car out of the way that time. Newman being Newman. Newman cannot break free, though, of the 53 and the 00. Schneider right in line behind Newman still. On the inside, Newman going to pull high, it looks like, in front of the 53 car. That's going to hang out Jimmy Johnson. Big run off the exit of turn 2 down the back straightaway, though, for the 53 of Gase. Trying to cross Ryan Newman over into turn 3. Houff and Schneider still side by side. Check up again. It's only these 4 cars, and there is nobody for quite some time. Cars coming out of the pit lane. A little bump draft in the middle of the corner that time. Got to be careful, especially with these cars damaged like they are. Time is between Joey Gase and Keegan Schneider. Big bump draft coming now from the 48 to the back of the 00, at least down the back straightaway. Schneider lifts before entering the corner. Just enough to get back down to the bottom in front of the 53 of Gase. Nice little pull off the 6 of Ryan Newman this time. Just going to get underneath the 00 of Quinn Houff, it looks like. Houff wanted to shut the door on the 48, couldn't do it in time. Not as many DNFs either as what we saw in the custom schedule season of the Daytona 500. It's just like a completely different race. Still unpredictable, though. Just in a different kind of way. Big run on Newman that time. Schneider wasn't going to pass that run up, and he'll clear Ryan Newman in the tri-oval. Big run there by Joey Gase in the 53. There's a little bit of contact. Got to be careful. That got pretty gnarly. We'll crossover now. 48 car again. Every time I go to the look back cam, I somehow make contact, and I feel like the car starts to turn on its own. Oh, we got a car slow on the inside of the racetrack. 48! Oh, no! Into the back of the 36, and he makes an incredible save. Heavy damage right now on the 36 of David Reagan. They're side by side with nowhere to go. How in the world did Schneider make that save? I think he has just killed even more speed out of the race car, unfortunately, though. Had to have. Struggling to pace 170 miles an hour now. This is like dangerously slow. Oh, we're halfway. What lap we make it to last night? Like lap 122? Somewhere around there. Kyle Busch is currently leading the Daytona 500. I think the left front tire's flat. It looks flat. It's turning. I feel like if it was flat, we wouldn't be going 170 miles an hour, but it may be flat. I don't care if it is or not. I'm running it until I can't run it anymore. A little shot from behind that time from Chase Elliott. Oh, geez. Elliott just drilling the 48 car. That's a teammate. Schneider's done making unscheduled pit stops. How did we blow a left front tire? Make that incredible save and have yet to hit the wall after that, but we're still running like 170 miles an hour. This doesn't make any sense. It's definitely wanting to drift up the track a little more. I wasn't doing that originally. Well, we're going to have to go and make a 4-tire stop then if the left sides are down. Whenever we end up having to pit. Crew Chief hasn't mentioned anything yet? I'm done making repairs the rest of this race too. I think we just gotta deal with it. Oh my goodness. And there's a high side there, but Harvick decided to just run in the back of the 48 instead. Austin Dillon went down to the double yellow line. Schneider up into the outside wall. I still want to know what happened to David Reagan, why he was going so slow in turns 3 and 4. Now the car's staying pinned to the bottom this time. I don't know how it did it, but it did. I'm giving up the bottom this time. There you go. Yeah, I don't know why we have to pit soon all of a sudden. It just doesn't make any sense. Why we were able to go like 40 laps on fuel earlier in the race and now... Sorry, correction. We were able to go 36 laps scheduled the first 2 runs. And since we have damage, now for some reason we can only go about 20 laps like the rest of the field. 22 to be exact, about 22 laps. That just doesn't even make any sense. Just gonna have to suffer and listen to the crew chief. Ryan Newman. Well now we gotta pit this time anyway. You gotta be joking me. Oh, we got the field coming. Hold on, everybody. Oh, why are they going up into me? This doesn't make any sense. Big crash at Daytona. Caution's out. The first caution of the career mode of any game. Full repair. Bump the air pressure up 2 pounds. All the way around. Caution is out in the Daytona 500. Big crash in turn 2. And we finally had the big one today. Of 5 to 6 laps in. It was strange though at the same time. Not sure if everybody's pitting here or not. No stage racing in this game, Davion. So I guess technically it is. And we'll advance to the restart. Oh, are you... What is up with this? We blew a tire? Where? The right front? Left front? How did we blow a tire doing that? You gotta be joking.
Only a few laps till we pit.
Oh my... What? Why did that not register? Oh my god. You've got to be joking me right now. What is going on? Our right front tire's down. Because the car spun out on the pace lap. We hit the wall, I bring it into the pits. And then we can't even do anything when we're in the pits. And now we got the field of cars coming. I'm just going to stay out of the way. Schneider's currently scored 28th. And in the wall. Just trying to stay out of everybody's way. He's going to have to make his way back down to the bottom, this time off turn 4. And he will. Justin Haley had nowhere to go. Poor Haley. Poor me. Full damage repair. I mean, it better register this time. That's a humdinger. Yes, it is. Why does he keep saying that? He keeps saying we need to pit a few laps. There's our pit box. We missed it. Is this how we're gonna... Are you kidding me? It just like misses our pit box now. Just think, we looked like we were in the best position to win this race in dominating fashion earlier, and now we've got glitch on top of glitch on top of glitch. And we're in 28th. It's not letting us register our pit stop. We've blown our right front tire on the restart. I think both our front tires are down. I think the right front and the left front are both down. I mean, maybe we can hope for another caution. I can't turn the car. We might just have to hope for another caution. Because we, for some reason, just can't pit under green. Well, that's the game plan, boys. There we go. Well, somebody went into the air. Blaney's levitating, and up and over goes the 48. There's the caution. I will pit. Thank you very much. Cautions are working all of a sudden. 4 tires, fuel. Oh my. Well, Schneider has now lost 3 extra laps under green due to the game glitching, but at least we can pit. It's probably knocked more speed out of the car. He is barrel rolled and he is still running. Heck, that might knock more cars out of the race too. We might actually get a better finish out of it. I don't like doing that, but I mean, if the game's not going to let me pit under green, then I might as well pit under yellow that way. Do not do... Nope, nope. Hold the brakes. Hold the brakes. It doesn't matter. Looks like we got a tire down. What is going on? I mean, this is useless. Schneider's currently scored in 27th. Just think we were leading at lap 62 by a few seconds over the field. We were drafted with the lap cars. We were pulling away. I do have more patience. I figured we were going to have these instances, but winning the Daytona 500 in our rookie season is seemingly done. Did they crash or something? How have they not caught us yet? Oh, there they are. Only half the pack is there. They might have crashed. Just let me pit. Why am I in the grass? Why is the game doing this? We will finish this Daytona 500. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. And we missed our pit box again. Back onto the racetrack. Oh, it's useless. We can't pit under green anymore. I mean, we can't pit under green anymore. And if we pit under yellow, the only other thing I could think of, is if we cause one more caution. Maybe we don't pit under green. Or sorry, we don't pit under the caution. I mean, that might work. It's worth the try. Worth the try. We got like nothing else to accomplish here. told you guys, it takes a lot for me to get upset. It is ridiculous, but... let's check up here. Come on, car, turn. Well, that didn't really cause an accident. The deck lid is coming up. Schneider in the wall. And here comes the pack. Full speed, Blaney in first. Busch goes around and he's in the air. The third big one to the Daytona 500. No caution yet. Schneider spins down to the grass. And now the left front tire, I believe, is down. The right front is down. The left front is down. Both front tires are down on the 48 Ally Chevrolet. Deck lid's flapping in the wind. I mean, we can't possibly get more damage. There's no way. Yeah. I'll try to pit again. Actually, no, we'll just stay right here. Just let the field kill us. Here's Larson. Oh, he's got damage now. I don't know how that didn't cause a wreck, but... got another pack coming. We need a caution. Trying to turn Keselowski, that didn't work. Can't really turn him when I'm going like 2 times slower than him. I thought Newman was coming on the high side. Newman was the one that wrecked us to begin with anyway. He's the one we should be going after. I can't get off the wall. Like, even if I'm out of the gas, I can't get off the wall. It's crazy. Like, I can't get the car to turn. It just kind of runs down to the bottom. I'm trying to turn up in front of traffic. There we go. There we go. Nobody else wrecks. Nope, just me. I don't think we can go back. I think everybody behind us is out of the race. I think the right rear tire's down now. Are we down to 1 tire? Maybe you can't blow the rear tires in the game. I don't know. The ultimate... Well, at least you guys are enjoying yourselves on this Friday night. We did our best. Race 1 of the career mode. Maybe if I just like pull all the way down to the bottom. There we go. Now we can't possibly miss our pit lane. No, never mind. Into the grass. It goes wider and wider, I've noticed. Oh, yeah, we already passed our pit box already. There it is. Oh! Oh! Nope. Alright, well, I thought we were going to look like Tyler Reddick. Uh-oh, uh-oh! This ain't going to end well. I can't control the car. There we go, now I can control it. I couldn't control the car there for a while. And we got Quinhouse! How is nobody spinning out? This is ridiculous. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen in a NASCAR video game. A full race live stream unlike any other. There is a strategy to getting a better finish in this race. We could just have everybody else DNF. I mean, the game has put me into this situation. Well, we did have 2 cautions. I don't know why there isn't another one coming out. It took over half the race for the caution flag to wave. But... whoa! Keselowski into the back of Hamlin. Hamlin piles it down into the 48. In the middle of 3 and 4. And here comes the big pack of cars off the exit of turn 4. Oh! in the air and barrel rolling down into the grass into the infield. The longest flip in NASCAR history. Sliding in comes a 77 to top it off. It's still no caution. Maybe if we hit the pit lane after we hit the commitment line. Well, that didn't work. There needs to be a patch. Where's our pit box at? Oh, we might have passed it already. Oh, no, right there, right there. Hang on. Oh, I'd like you to fix my car, please. Nobody's there. They all left. Everybody has left. We might be trapped in this race for no... Oh, wait. Oh, how did they miss us? What a huge wreck avoidance there by Bubba Wallace and Eric Jones. Pack of cars coming up on the high side. Oh, DiBenedetto gets ran into from Austin Dillon after they checked up. A couple other cars coming full speed. Ross Chastain piles in. Another pack of cars coming. As the 48 car moves up. Oh, yeah. Well, now they disqualified us. Where do we finish? 34th. Hey, it's a career best. First career race. A 34th place finish for Keegan Schneider. And of the 3 full races we've done so far, we have yet to finish one. But this is our best finish. Outlasting Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Martin Truex Jr., David Reagan, Cole Custer, Tyler Reddick, and Austin Dillon. All DNQ'd in this one. Josh Bilicki, Chris Buescher, Corey LaJoie, William Byron, Justin Haley, Ty Dillon, Anthony Alfredo, Joey Logano, Cody Ware, all DNF'd. Only the top 25 were able to finish this race. Christopher Bell will win his first career race in the Daytona 500. And Christopher Bell is now a Daytona 500 champion. This will lock him into the playoffs as well. Kyle Busch second, a 1-2 finish for Joe Gibbs Racing. Chase Elliott third, Bubba Wallace fourth, Kyle Larson rounds out the top 5. Denny Hamlin 6th, Kurt Busch 7th, Michael McDowell 8th, Eric Jones 9th, Kevin Harvick rounds out the top 10. As Mike Joy would say, in a shower of sparks was the calamity at the end of this one. Cause and effect. We earned a trophy. What is that one? What does that trophy mean? This trophy? Very rare. Enact the crash clause of your contract and career. We have a crash clause? How do we find that out? Reputation. 10% on Hendrick Motorsports. It's actually higher than most of these other teams. Take a look at the standings. Over $342,000. 3 points earned, 34th place in the points. Of course, no stages on the line, so the finish results of the Daytona 500 are the drivers that will start the season in those respective positions in points. Again, Christopher Bell with the win is locked into the playoffs, assuming he stays in the top 30 in points, which I don't see why he wouldn't. Joe Gibbs Racing Equipment. There are no words to describe the chaos ensuing these races. No, I mean, this is going to be NASCAR 21 Ignition in a nutshell. I'd like to get actual racing in a full race with the live commentary. We did. Hey, you got to give me credit though. As comical as it might have been at times, I kept my cool, and we ended up running a full race live stream with a realistic commentary all the way to the end. Maybe there will be another patch out the next couple days by the time I get home from Martinsville on Monday on the channel. If you're new to the channel, like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We have full race live streams with a realistic commentary every day, all in the hopes of one day, hopefully, getting into the commentating booth in real life. Down the road. Thanks for the appreciation and support as always. Again, hit that like button down below. We've had 20 people watching this whole stream so far, but still only 12 likes. So make sure you hit the like button. Have a happy Halloween this weekend. Enjoy the Martinsville races. We will have race highlights from the grandstands. I will be at the track on Sunday. So race highlights from the grandstands. That video will be uploaded probably sometime Sunday night. Also, predictions video will be uploaded sometime this weekend as well for the Cup race. Fantasy analysis as always for that. My prediction of who will make it into the championship for, as well as the race win pick. Drivers to look out for, drivers who may struggle. And that is pretty much going to wrap the stream up. Next NASCAR 21 Ignition stream likely going to be on Monday when I get back from Martinsville. Likely going to be Nashville on the custom schedule season. If not, it will be the Daytona road course on the career mode, but likely going to be Nashville. Likely. Again, have a happy Halloween. Hit that bell notification button so you don't miss another upload for those weekend uploads, as well as whenever we go live Monday. Likely going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday, whatever live stream it will be. If the game's crashing on me all over the place before I can even get one of those races in, it'll be NASCAR 05. Again, you know the drill. NASCAR 21 Ignition is a day-to-day thing at this point. Taking it day-to-day, so all I can really give you guys is start times and days for the stream. So 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday will be the next live stream on the channel. And again, enjoy the racing this weekend. Keep an eye on the community tab. Probably have some polls up there about this weekend as well. So, yeah, that's it. Thanks, everybody. Have a good rest of your Friday night. Happy Halloween.